Welcome back, explorers. From Phoenician port to modern capital, let's explore the making of Tunis. Today, we delve into the labyrinthine streets of Tunis, Tunisia's pulsing heart. We'll trace the story of a fictional golden pendant, crafted in ancient Carthage and treasured for generations, as it navigates through empires, revolutions, and museums. Its journey mirroring the story of Tunis itself, a tale of resilience, transformation, and the reclaiming of cultural identity. Just as this treasured relic finally found its way back to Tunis, so too the city reclaimed its place as a beacon of innovation and freedom. 9th century BC to 2nd century CE. From Carthage to Roman conquest. Imagine an artisan, a master of his craft, labouring in the heart of ancient Carthage. It's the 5th century BC, and our craftsman is crafting a divine piece of jewellery. A golden pendant adorned with the image of the goddess Tanit, revered by Phoenicians and Carthaginians alike. He doesn't know it yet, but this pendant will outlive empires, witnessing seismic shifts in power and ideology. Carthage, the powerful Phoenician state, was a dominant force in the Mediterranean. It was a maritime empire rich in trade, culture, and yes, gold. Picture a bustling port teeming with merchants from as far away as modern-day Spain and Israel. Here, our pendant starts its life, symbolising the city's grandeur and spiritual connection. But no empire lasts forever. Rome, the rising star of the ancient world, has its eyes set on Carthage. The Punic Wars broke out, and eventually Carthage fell, swallowed whole by the ever-expanding Roman Empire. Our pendant found its way into Roman hands, and will spend the next few centuries under Roman rule, a relic of a lost but not forgotten civilization. 5th century to 16th century. Faiths interwoven. The fall of the Western Roman Empire sends shockwaves throughout the Mediterranean, but what happens to our precious gold pendant? Like an archaeological miracle, it ends up in the possession of a Byzantine merchant. With the rise of Christianity, Carthage, now under Byzantine rule, has been reinvented as a Christian city. Fast forward to the 7th century, and another seismic shift occurs. The arrival of Islam with the Umayyad Caliphate. The air is electric with theological debates and the fragrance of incense. The pendant finds itself amid scholars and Islamic thinkers, perhaps in a local souk or madrasa, witnessing the deepening of religious texts and traditions. Our pendant, with its likeness of Tanit, is now a silent spectator to the birth of the Zaytuna Mosque and to the establishment of Tunis as an Islamic educational hub. By the time the Ottoman Turks lay claim to Tunis in 1574, our pendant has seen two dominant religions mould the city into a complex tapestry of faith and tradition. 16th century to 1881, the Ottoman era to French colonization. With the sun casting its golden rays on the Mediterranean, the Ottoman Empire tightens its grip on Tunis, turning it into a significant provincial capital. What better place for our pendant to find itself than in the possession of a high-ranking Ottoman official? The charm, hanging elegantly from his waistcoat, reflects the new socio-political atmosphere. Exotic, intricate, and ambitious. The city flourishes in arts and commerce, becoming a nexus of trade routes between Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. But change is the only constant, and the 19th century brings winds from the north, French winds. Industrialization is reshaping the world, and Tunis becomes a strategic pawn in the global game of empire. Our pendant watches as French soldiers march through the Bab el Bar, the city's sea gate. A treaty is signed, and the French protectorate is established in 1881. Imagine the pendant feeling a tremor of déjà vu. Another power asserting control, another layer added to the city's identity. It's handed down to a French archaeologist who marvels at its historical significance, pondering whether to place it in a museum or keep it as a memento of a city caught in the tides of change. Tunis now resembles other colonial cities like Algiers or Mumbai, where the power dynamics have been upended and new cultural imprints are being made. 1881 to 1956. From colonial rule to independence. As France tightened its grip over Tunis in the late 19th century, our golden pendant found itself displayed in a lavish Parisian museum, a silent witness to the Orientalist fascination that clouded the West's view of Tunisia. The French colonial administration began building in earnest, introducing a European urban aesthetic. The Ville Nouveau, or New City, sprouted to the east of the ancient Medina, with grand boulevards, colonial mansions, and administrative buildings echoing the architectural style of Paris. The ancient labyrinthine streets and bustling souks were overshadowed by the new French districts. Traditional artisans and traders felt the weight of modernity threatening their age-old livelihoods. However, as time wore on, resistance to colonial rule grew stronger. The 1930s saw the formation of the Destour party, an influential nationalist movement led by Habib Bourguiba. The fever for independence spread like wildfire through the city's cafes, meeting halls, and university campuses. Secret publications decrying French rule were distributed under the very nose of the colonial authorities. Finally, in 1956, the pressure culminated in Tunisia gaining its independence. Buildings that were once symbols of foreign rule were repurposed and reclaimed. Tunisia's Medina, the heart and soul of the city, began to reclaim its central role in urban life. 1956 to present day. Reclaiming heritage. Our treasure gold pendant found its way back to Tunis in the late 20th century. As it was unveiled at the Bardo Museum, it symbolised more than just the retrieval of an artefact. It was a powerful moment of cultural reclamation, reflecting a new era of Tunisian autonomy and pride. Tunis had now morphed into a bustling modern city. Modern buildings and offices stand alongside ancient mosques and markets, which remain bustling centres of daily life. A youthful energy pulses through the city, driven by advancements in education and technology. Yet, the new and the old exist side by side, encapsulated by the pendant now safely housed in its homeland. However, in 2011, a wave of change rippled through the nation and emanated from the very heart of Tunis. The city became the starting point of the multinational Arab Spring, a revolutionary movement calling for democracy, human rights, and an end to corruption. In the tale of Tunis, both the city and the pendant have undergone transformations, faced trials, and emerged with a story of resilience and reclamation. Tunis, a city ever evolving yet deeply rooted in its storied past.